What is up, y'all? Tony here, and welcome to another Ever Crisis video. And welcome, I guess, to week 3 of the Final Fantasy XIII crossover event. We have a new draw featuring young Sephiroth in this event, as well as a couple other things to go through in the notices. Not much outside of that. Got Guild Battle to cover coming up soon. Got the new Critical Threat Crash Battle, so not a lot going on, but there is a new draw, and I'm going to cover that right now. So we're going to go to the crossover. Young Sephiroth, it's just him. The last two banners were kind of like double banners, but yeah, it's young Sephiroth for this one. And let's check it out. So, very interesting looking fit here. Honestly, I kind of like the color scheme and the armor and stuff. The weird like half feather dress is kind of interesting. Again, I'm not super familiar with Final Fantasy XIII, so I assume this is like, maybe, is it lightning? Like another version of lightning? It says Knights of Etro, so I'm not sure what that means. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I like the purple and the armor. I don't know. I think the costume looks okay. So, was it Knights of Etro? Man, I don't know how to pronounce anything in these games, but so it has boost water potency all allies. So water potency, right off the bat, this tells me it's going to be very guild battle focused weapon here, guild battle focused build. So water potency all allies plus 15%. That's always great on a costume. Elemental potency up, and then Knight's loyalty does command gauge when your command gauge is maxed out, red diamonds filled up, physical ability damage plus 20%, and then water ability damage plus 30%, and then 15% on the HP. So another like super arcanum for specifically physical water builds. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of water for all allies, and then water on the second R ability. So decked out water costume here for Sephiroth. So we're going to go to the Overture now. It's a new weapon. It does 600% physical water damage at OB0 to a single enemy. Physical defense is decreased low to mid. When buffed is granted to self. Water damage is increased low to mid all allies. That's really good. And then first use applies HP gain all allies for 60 seconds. Yeah, when it does a 4% HP gain. So, holy crap, this weapon does a lot of stuff with just one 4 ATB cast. Kind of crazy. P attack and water potency are the R abilities. P attack, and triangle sigil boost at OB1. Triangle sigil boost is +2. Always have to check that, make sure. 720% physical water damage at OB1. Still low to mid. HP gain is 5% now. Okay, then OB6, this weapon goes crazy at OB6, 1080% physical water damage now. Physical defense is decreased mid to high now, and then you again, when the buff is granted, mid to high on the water damage is increased. And then first use, yeah, HP gain for 6% now. 40 and 30 on the R abilities. What was it? OB1, 32, 18. So 40 and 30, very solid, very kind of like standard. So yeah, if you go to OB10, 1340. So it's another one of these 1340 like nuke DPS weapons. But the crazy thing is this weapon does a lot of other shit at the same time. It's actually kind of insane. So 1340% physical water damage with physical defense down mid to high. Mid to high as well on the water damage is increased all allies, and then HP gained for 8% for 60 seconds first use. This weapon's nuts, dude. like just the damage alone, like if that was it and maybe just like one other thing like physical defense down or water buff, that would have been really good in itself. But it does physical defense down, does water buff, AoE. They added this HP gain just for the hell of it. Like, this weapon's crazy. 46 and 42 on the R abilities. This weapon is an absolute freaking nuke with utility. Very, very, very good DPS weapon here for Sephiroth with a 722 physical attack, P attack as well. Yeah, not much to say about it. It's a very, very decked out water DPS. Before this, you had, you know, for non-limited stuff, you had physical water Tifa. She was kind of the strongest DPS when it came to physical water. But they were like a little volleyball thing. But that maxed out at like 1100%. this 1340 with all this extra utility on top of it is just crazy. So yeah, and then you combine it with the costume where you're getting water up AoE, and then the Arcanum with the 30% and the 20%, 15% HP. It's this shit is crazy. This is a really, really good elemental build. Yeah, really powerful. Coming into this, I thought Sephiroth was going to get more of a like a support weapon, kind of like what Cloud got last week with, you know, he's just kind of like supporting Ice Tifa for that dungeon ranking. But this is like, fuck that. He is straight up the DPS while doing the support at the same time. It's nuts, man. This is really, really powerful. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. It's really, really good. I came into this banner thinking like, there's no way I can pull on this. I'm going to be saving, but man, this is very, very tempting. This is very good. Plus also the rates on this banner are better. I think it's a 1.5% odds, which are better than the typical 1%. So this weapon might show up more often if you do a pull on it. So yeah, if you do pull on it, I wish you all the best of luck. And yeah, I'm gonna have to really think about this. Stamp card's pretty similar. You know, you get 5 guarantees, so you're guaranteed OB4 no matter what. Better rates as well. And yeah, if you are pulling on this, I'd still say try to get this weapon to OB6 as your main goal at least. But man, yeah, it's really good. I would say it can be skippable as well if you do have Tifa like built out already. This is what I was thinking of a team I would be using for Guild War if I was not pulling on this. Physical water. I would have used something like this. So Tifa should have been the main DPS with the shining gloves. You know, physical water, this does max out at 1120%. And then offhand, she would do her leather combat gloves for the enfeeble, as well as the boosting the water potency and the physical attack up, AoE. Then Aerith, she already has water damage increase all allies with bamboo sword. I would say if you do not have bamboo sword with Aerith, I think that makes it more of a priority for you to pull Sephiroth. If you do have bamboo sword, I think Sephiroth is somewhat skippable because before this new Sephiroth build, Aerith was the only character in the game that could do water damage up AoE. There is a summon now where you can get that from. One of the, which summon is it? It is this one right here, the Tidal Flare. So it was from the Bahamut and Leviathan summon battle. So this can raise water damage up AoE for mid to high, whatever. So this is usable, and then you can have Tifa buff it up if you want to go that route. But you have to freaking, you know, use enough actions to even use the summon. So I'd still say you want it on a weapon. So yeah, but yeah, if you have bamboo sword, I would say Sephiroth is somewhat skippable. But if you don't have it, I would say Sephiroth is he's kind of a must pull if you want to have a good water team. I will say that. You got to have someone then to do water damage up AoE. Yeah, but anyway, this is my build for Guild Battle. So Supreme Staff, Sage's Staff would be giving Exploit to Tifa. And then you could have a lot of different characters in this role. It's just water resistance down with Barret, and then defense down with W Machine Gun. You could have like an Angeal, you could have like a Zack in that role. A lot of different options you could go with as that third character that's just doing water resist down and physical defense down. But yeah, this is what I was thinking before going into before this Sephiroth banner. But man, I might have to rethink things. I would say I will wait at least to see the Guild War. I want to see what the Guild Battle is going to look like, and then you can kind of make a decision from there. If you don't care about Guild War and stuff, and you only care about the costume and things like, if you're more casual to the game, you don't care about like the ranking, Guild War, things like that, then just pull for, obviously just pull for the costume you like, right? But I'm talking more from like, like a meta standpoint, you know, pulling for account progression in a way. And yeah, if you have a good Tifa and you have that Aerith weapon, the bamboo sword, I think this weapon will help your account, obviously. But if you don't have bamboo sword with Aerith, this will definitely help your account in the long run when it comes to water teams. So yeah, not much to say, man. This is a very, very solid build here for Sephiroth. Very good costume. Try to get OB6 if you do pull on it. But yeah, it's really good. Wishlist wise, I would say you're just running his Odin weapon in the offhand, the 1.5 year anniversary one. But if you don't have that, probably just Tempest. You probably wouldn't use this weapon, but you would offhand it just for that the R abilities. You get water potency and physical attack, so something like that. Other than that, it's just Guild War related stuff. So if you're gonna wish list for Guild War, like I said, Tifa, I think she's still gonna be good for Guild War. She'll probably be a sub DPS with the ability to, like I said, utility with the Advent Children weapon. She could raise up the buffs, so you can still wish list the Shining Gloves for Guild War. It also does physical attack decrease, which might come in handy for Guild War when it comes to survivability. You never know, the enemy might do a lot of damage. Outside of that, though, not a lot. There's Sephiroth. I guess you would wish list like kind of R ability type weapons. So Tifa also has the Feather Gloves, which are a good R ability backhand weapon. This one has boost attack and water potency. So you can put that on the back of one of your DPSs. Outside of that, it's just like you just need characters that can do water resist down and defense down. I think Zack's Surfboard might come in handy for Guild War 2 if you do run Zack. So Zack would run Surfboard. He does physical attack up AoE, physical defense down AoE, and then obviously like something like Black Whiskers that could do water resist down as well. You can do it at high at OE 10. So if you do run Zack, you could run this type of support build here. So yeah, wish list wise, I would say that, Surfboard, and Black Whiskers. If you have a lot of these things built out, like I said, just kind of just build, you know, toward the good weapons you don't have yet. Like my personal wish list right now is Asafune for this is just a big magic attack water damage weapon. I would say Angeal's Quake weapon is pretty crazy. This is really good for Earth teams. Vincent's new weapon is great. The Galleon Roar does Enfeeble, magic defense down AoE, magic attack AoE. Really good weapon. Then I think I was trying to still work on Full Throttle for Cloud. That's not OB10 yet, just the magic ice weapon. And then I had Aerith's weapon here. Good for lightning teams, physical lightning teams too. The attack up, lightning damage up. So yeah, this is my personal wish list, but like I said, I already showed off what you can wish list for when it comes to Guild War and whatnot. So yeah, that pretty much covers it for the Sephiroth banner. I'm definitely considering this. I'm gonna wait to see what guild battle looks like first with that setup I showed y'all and see how that does first. And then I'll make a decision if I want to pull on Sephiroth or not. But yeah, I think this is a really strong setup. It expires on November 27th, so you have a couple weeks to decide. Like I said, we have Nier Automata crossover coming next month. So if you're light on crystals and you really care about that, you might want to save for that. So yeah. Yeah, what are y'all doing? Are you going to pull on this banner? Or are you going to go back to one of these other banners? Let me know in the comment section below. So, all right, that covers it for the Sephiroth banner. A couple other small things to go through here. Like I said, Guild Wars coming up. It starts next week. The boss is physical water. Water physical attacks are effective. This whole time I thought it was going to be magic ice because they've been throwing just magic ice at us non-stop recently. But yeah, water physical attacks are effective. So obviously, new young Sephiroth. You got Tifa. The volleyball Tifa, you got Cloud with Maritime with offhand his Advent Children weapon, even old Tempest Sephiroth. So few water weapons. Glenn's half anniversary weapon. So decent amount of physical water weapons you can choose from. There's Yuffie as well. So yeah, Yuffie's rebirth one. All right, so that is Guild War coming up next week. The Stova Critical Threat is going on right now. So if we go to the events, go to Critical Threat, Crash Battle. I already cleared out everything. I did the Crash 1 auto battle pretty easy. Magic Ice is really good for this. So put together your best Magic Ice team. For whatever reason, Glenn also has a physical and magic defense buff, plus 70%. So yeah, if you want to fit Glenn to a team, you can do that. But co-op wise, yeah, I got to do the co-ops as well. So do your first clears for the solos, do your first clears for the co-op. Victory Draw has Glenn weapons, still have a glaive. I think these are old ones. Ice resist down, AoE, low to mid, 46, 42 on the R abilities, HP and Ice Potency. Kate Sith's weapon is the Stilva Megaphone. Ice resist decreased again. It's the same thing. All right, so if you look at the prize details though, let's go to page 3. We start getting Kate Sith weapon parts, which weapon parts, like I say, are like the most valuable thing in this game. Glenn specific weapon parts as well, and then yeah, clear out all the levels for the bronze and the silver, and do what we've always been doing. Get all the rewards. There's also Barrett specific weapon parts, which are nice too. So yeah, critical threat here for Stilva. I'll see if I can clear this one or not. I don't really put a ton of effort into crashes. If it's very like easy or manageable, I will, you know, take a handful of attempts to try it. Last crash I did on the second attempt, so that one was super easy. This one, my magic ice team is really good, so I think I should be able to handle this one. We'll see. But yeah, that is the new crash battle. We also just had the dungeon ranking. They're doing the calculating phase right now. Sorry I didn't put a video out for this. I don't like doing videos for dungeon ranking. I actually was trying to do a video, but dungeon rankings are so finicky. I get lots of crashes, and when dungeon ranking crashes, you can resume, and then it's like just ends it. It just makes you quit, and that really pisses me off. So dungeon rankings always waste my time, and yeah, I just did, and plus I did not have an optimal build for this. I think I got like top 50. If you watched Endlessness video, she put out like 3 different videos. She was, you know, really good for covering this dungeon ranking, so shout out to her. So yeah, especially when it came to not having a meta set up at all. You know, neither of us had the applying an ice resistance down character. We didn't have Vincent, we didn't have the new Cloud, so yeah. Anyway, I still got top 50. I think I got like a 5.77, something like that. I was like 45th, I think, the last time I checked, which was, you know, good enough. You just want a top 300 just to get this at least, the 5-star weapon voucher. But yeah, that was pretty much dungeon ranking last week. Outside of that, I don't think there's anything else going on. We're just kind of waiting for guild battle next week, as well as the second part of the critical threat. But yeah, oh yeah, there's new draws going on. So I'll do this on the stream with y'all. Daily free 1 pool. Like I said, man, a lot of people have like, I'm on Discord and a couple of Ever Crisis communities, and they've been showing like, oh, I've gotten 5-star weapons, the Final Fantasy 13 ones. I've gotten the Sid Ultimate. I'm like, you sons of it makes me so jealous. I'm happy for y'all, but I'm, you know, screw y'all. But anyway, let's see here. Daily free run draw. Let's do it. I've got nothing from these. All blues and purples. That's a purple. Electro Cannon. Let's go. That's only like OB10 plus like 17 or something. All right. I do have 15 of these now, so if you have 15 of these, you can exchange it for a FF13 weapon of your choice, so that is pretty neat too. I already did this one, the daily 10 draw. So yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention. So if you kept up with that daily 1 pull every day, you can get this box here. Yeah, let's do it. So if you go into the box now, let's go. Is it in the item boxes? It's this one right here. So we can choose which weapon we want to grab. So that is pretty neat. So if you are like off on like a overboost, like if you're like stuck at like OB9 or OB5 on a weapon, you can just get like 1 copy here and finish it off. So that is really, really cool. Yeah, and I think I'll use this on Sephiroth if I do end up pulling on Sephiroth, if I really need to get him to like OB6 or something like that. So yeah, actually nice little bone here Applebot has thrown at us. Again, another rare Applebot W. All right, so yeah, that's going to cover it for this Ever Crisis video. If y'all enjoy my Ever Crisis content, please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. Later.